All right, guys, welcome into the Key of Gadsden-Rainbow City Coach Ali Smith Show, brought to you by Allie's Carpet. Guys, this is our last show of the year, so we're going to talk about the season as a whole. But before we get into that, let's talk about last week's game against Hewitt-Trussville. Another tough region loss to a very talented team. I mean, you can't take anything away from those guys.
Yeah, a very talented team, and as I said, the whole schedule is, first half of the season, we took care of football. The last half, we hadn't taken care of football, throwing interceptions, fumbling the ball, putting the ball on the ground, giving up explosive plays on defense, whether it's third and long, second and long, things that get you beat very bad in this league, in this region. And we talked about that all season, and we did a good job of it, but we got to learn how to finish and carry it through the season.
Right. That's one thing about this team I've noticed. They don't give up. They do fight to the end, but just like you said, you got to take care of the ball. There's small things you got to do to continue being competitive in this region. Just talking about, again, going back to last week's game, just kind of walk us through the game and how things played out from the start last week.
We were trying to control the ball, and we thought we did a good job initially, and then we got out. They jumped on. We tried to sky kick out, early in the game, so the game was short field. They go down and score. We stop them, and then we get a penalty on the punt. Then it changes the game right there. Then they go up 12. They go up 14-0 there, and then we come down and score, cut it, and then we on third down and long, we give up a big ball, so it puts them back up 21, and then we come back again, and so and we let them score, and we come back and answer, and then we get another penalty, and then we drop the ball again. We cut it. It's 12-21, and as we're driving, we get a fumble. We had just got a first down, and then that scenario, we make that fumble, we give them another short field, and with explosive offense, you can't cut the field in half, and so we didn't get a chance. So we shot ourselves and dug ourselves such a big hole right before the half. We never could recover from it. But our young kids play really hard. Some of our guys are, emotionally, they got to learn how to overcome adversity, and that's what some of the things that we worked on last offseason, but we got to work on even more this offseason.
Right. I was keeping up the score. I was at another game last week, and I was keeping up the score. And like you said, when they got down to 21-12, I was like, okay, this is going to be, sounds like it's going to be another classic Gadsden City Hewitt-Trussville type game, and like you said, things happen, and overcoming that adversity, that's one of those things you guys have to work on.
Yes.
All right. Well, this week, you got your last region game and the last game of the season this week. You got Vestavia Hills coming to town. First time Gadsden City and Vestavia Hills played each other. Vestavia, and I don't know, I haven't watched them recently, but I know they play what they call buddy ball. They like to control the clock and hold on to the ball almost to the play clock runs out before they snap it. Have you talked to the team about that and that style of play?
Well, we talked to them in terms of they're going to be very physical. They're going to take care of the ball. They're not going to turn the ball over. And so we can't be out making mistakes. Their record don't indicate the type of team they have. They have a really good team. They're very well coached. And Coach Anderson does a great job. Most kids know that this is his last hurrah, and they're going to play extremely hard for them.
Yeah, and that goes into my next question. How you going to, obviously they're going to come in and try to slow the game down, and again, that being his last game, one of his last games, I think they play a game next week, but how are you going to get it, to your guys, hey, this is one of their last games, this is their coach's last season, he's been there for 43 years, what do you say to him to kind of get them and say, okay, let's try to play forward?
Hey, we talked about that. Actually, our kids, they kind of understood what we wanted to do or try to do throughout the entire season and for each game. And so we hadn't executed the plan per se, obviously, you can tell that. But our kids understand. We talked about that at the beginning of the year that, our last game would be possibly, because if I'm not mistaken, they added that last game that they have now. I think that was going to be actually their last game, so that would have been a humongous game in terms of media coverage and everybody that's there. So our kids understand that this is going to be a major task on Friday going into that game.
Yeah, because we talked to, you sent a couple guys over to the preview show Monday, and they did talk about that. They said, hey, we want to go out here and spoil one of his last games. So they seem to be ready.
Well, let's hope so. Our kids, they know what they got to do. It just depends on who show up, but we got to be consistent.
Right.
We will be.
All right. Let's kind of switch gears a little bit. Let's talk about this season as a whole. Got started out with a huge win over Edward to start the season, and then followed that up with a win against Fort Payne. And both teams are playoff teams in their respective classes. Just kind of talk to us about this season and some of the positives you've seen from this team versus last year.
We went into it. We wanted to create more explosive plays and push the ball down the field, which we've done that in every game. We wanted to establish the run. We didn't have a 1,000-yard runner in the last few years at Gadsden City, and CJ's close to overcoming that. I think he's about 50 yards short of 1,000 yards this year. So, those are some of the things that we wanted to do offensively, and we haven't accomplished those things. Wanted to manage the clock, but we still hadn't taken care of the ball like we wanted to. We defensively, third down was an issue last year. We early in the year it wasn't a problem. The latter part of the season it had become a major problem. We stopping people on first and second down, but giving up big balls on third and long. So we really got to work on that for tomorrow night's ball game. And going forward, we pride ourselves on defense, and we haven't played great defense this year. But we look forward to building and getting everything back situated next year. So,
I think we've talked before on here. You guys made several new hires and changes to the coaching staff this year. Can you talk to us about some of the impact that those hires made? You brought in Alan Beckett and Martin Raymond, which is a former Gadsden City alumni, to the staff, and some other guys too. Talk to us about the impact those guys made to the team.
Fortunately, I feel fortunate to have a young, energetic guy like Ahmad. He's got our kids understanding about studying the game, being a student of the game, and wanting to get better in all aspects of it. So our young quarterback, we're excited about him coming up, and Ahmad is taking him under his wing, and they're doing an excellent job with him and Coach Beckett. And Coach Beckett has a lot of experience going down the road, and I think we can build off a lot of success that we have had this year, because we had a lot of success. We just hadn't won on the scoreboard. Like I said, turnovers, we'll get better with that. This offseason is going to be very crucial. We'll start here November 1 on that. And so our kids understand the importance of getting in that offseason workout and get that down.
Okay. All right. Speaking of some of the changes you made, I think one big change I don't think a lot of people know about is the middle school teams. The 3 middle school teams combined to one team this year and played under the Gadsden City name, Gadsden City Titan middle school team. Talk to us about some of the plans you guys have going forward with that and whatnot.
Yeah, well, that's one of our biggest undertakings for this year, and we actually didn't anticipate doing it this year. We were going to actually do it for the 2021 season. However, with the COVID hitting, our numbers were down at 2 of the middle schools, so we ended up deciding to bring them on in and go ahead and do it this year. So it's worked out fairly well for us, but going forward, we're about to take down the old locker room over at Gadsden High, and we're about to start construction on a new renovating per se the old field house, the field house, and get that and put a new weight room in there and redo the locker room and make sure it'll be real nice and something that the kids can be proud of, look forward to come over and play. And so those are some of the things, getting the practice field, the old Murphy Stadium fixed up where the kids will have a nice surface to practice and different things. But we need to get our middle school program caught up with the region and the times of the people that we're playing. We can't keep playing teams that our kids won't see in high school, and we give our kids false sense of I think success when they're playing that. We got to play the teams in the region that we're going to be playing. No disrespect to any of the local teams, but if we really can't spend a lot of time playing on those teams because it don't help us when they get to high school.
Exactly. I think a lot of people are excited about that, and I was able to catch a game or two. And those guys, They are talented. They're a very, very talented group coming up, and I've talked to some of the coaches with the middle school, and they were very excited. They were excited about the whole thing, and they were excited about some of these kids, and they were like, "Wait till they get to varsity."
Yes.
So I think that's something we're definitely looking forward to, and that's something else the Gadsden community can be proud of going forward.
Yes, and hopefully everybody will get behind those kids and support them and have a great showing for when we start back up next year.
Oh yeah, we're definitely looking forward to it, and we'll help promote that program as well going forward. All right, this has been a very strange year in terms of COVID for a lot of teams. You've had teams across the state that's had to cancel their seasons. Teams have had to forfeit games, and you got teams scrambling trying to find replacement games so their kids don't, get any time off. But you guys seem to have done a great job, and really all the schools locally have done a great job. We haven't had a lot of issues in this area. Kind of talk about some of the things that you and your staff and administration have done to keep everyone safe.
First and foremost, our board education, from our administration, that's hats off to them. They gave us everything from what we needed, sanitizers, buying new sanitizer equipment, anything we wanted to be successful, to be able to stay, and our medical team, the Sparks, trainers and different things, to this day, they're still doing temperature checks, they're still doing questionnaires as you walk in. We are adamant about it. For kid has any type of symptoms or sinuses or headaches, we keep them at home, and it probably has hurt us on some weeks, that we've left some kids home and different things, but I have to take our hat off to our administration, from Mr. Reddick to his staff, from Mr. Blackwell, Coach Billingsley, and his staff, giving us just anything we want. And then at the high school, Mr. Young and Coach Lambert, they've done an excellent job. And again, like I said, our training staff, they do a good job anyways, but they've been overboard to make sure that we were safe for our kids.
Oh yeah, Coach Lambert has. I think he's got on me one time about. I put my mask down one time, and he called down and said, "Hey, put your mask, pull your mask on." So and that's good. Like I said, for us, I know it's been different because we've been, kind of confined to, one area on the field. But hey, at the end of the day, it's to keep everybody safe. So we understand. So hats off to those guys, because y'all have done a great job. Coach, we're gonna wrap it up, but I'm gonna let you, again, like we do every week, let you kind of have the floor and talk to the Gadsden community.
Well, I appreciate that, and I appreciate the true fans that we've had throughout this year, and our kids are looking at getting ready to go into our off-season workout and getting better, and we're looking at it as a new day going into Gadsden. We're going to redo a lot of our promotional stuff, the way we promote our kids, our program, way we prepare. We brought the military in today, and we're going in a different direction, and we'll figure out who really wants to play football coming into 2021. If that means we only have 55 guys, that's what we'll have. It's going to be the toughest 55 in Gadsden, Alabama. And that's our mindset, mentally, physically, and if we only have 55 fans, it'll be the toughest fans in the business. But we're looking for people that's loyal on and off, all the way down through the good and the bad, but we on our way up, not down.
Hey, I like it. We appreciate you. We appreciate you coming on with us this year. Despite the record, it's been a great year for Gadsden City football. Last year, you had one win, and this year we got 3, so it's an improvement, and we're gonna keep going forward.
Oh yes, we're gonna get a lot better with no more victories. We're not satisfied by long haul. We want to get back to a winning culture.
Exactly. Again, Coach, we appreciate you, and we appreciate the guys at the Kia store of Gadsden-Rainbow City and Alice Carpet for sponsoring the show this year. And good luck tomorrow night against Vestavia, and we'll see you guys next year.
We're tight.